Well, welcome to Cite My Sources Challenge Accepted. My name is Brittany Squire, and I'm the Outreach Services Specialist at Forsyth Library, and I get to be your host for today's citation workshop. The goals for this session are really to provide you with some basic citation strategies for your projects, and then also to make you aware of the resources and support available to you on campus. So it's my pleasure to introduce both of our speakers today, Dr. Lexi Bartlett, Associate Professor of English and Director of the Writing Center, and Robin Hartman, Information and Digital Literacy Librarian at Forsyth Library. While we move into today's session, please keep yourself muted, but if you have any questions, feel free to put those in the chat box, and we'll be sure to get to them, if not through the session, at the very end, where we will accept additional questions and provide answers as best we can. So with that being said, I will turn the program over to Dr. Bartlett.
Hi, thank you very much, Brittany. Okay, so I've got just an introduction to what are citation styles, and they sound a little bit like alphabet soup. So I put this little graphic up in the corner, and questions about citation are one of the largest areas of help that we offer at the Writing Center. We get lots of questions about them. So just briefly, you all may be familiar with citation styles, but if not, a citation style is a logical system that allows writers to credit their sources efficiently with minimal disruption for readers while fully acknowledging the sources of facts and ideas. So historically, people just reference things, whatever, but in the modern world, we use citation styles that have strictly delineated formats. And so most modern citation styles use two parts that work together. So the first part are usually short in-text citations or parenthetical citations that use the author's names and or titles. Sometimes an author isn't given, so we might use a title instead. And those in-text citations point readers to a list of references that give full information about the source. And in APA style, that's called the references page. In MLA style, we call that the works cited page. So those might be terms you're familiar with. And then those reference lists are organized alphabetically by essentially whatever is in your citation in the text. So whatever comes first on the reference list citation, that's what you use for your in-text citation. So there's a logical connection between those two parts. And then because those are alphabetized, you can find the source on a list of references, even if dozens of sources are cited. And then the citation styles, the alphabet soup I was talking about, because they have lots of acronyms. Most citation styles are referred to by the acronyms of the professional organizations that develop them. So APA is American Psychological Association, MLA is the Modern Language Association, and the CMS, or CM(OS), is for Chicago Manual of Style, which was developed by the University of Chicago Press. And Robin is going to give more details about those different styles.
Thank you. Okay. So at Forsyth Library, we have lots of resources for you for citation styles, no matter which style you might be using. And we have this great guide to citation and documentation styles. We have the link right here. We can put that in the chat for you so you can go check it out yourself, but I'll show you some images of it. And this is always available through Forsyth Library. And it gives you a quick guide to the main styles, APA, MLA, and Chicago, and other resources that you can use for the guide. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So this guide is pretty big. I'm not taking you to the guide because it's real long and it's pretty extensive, but some of the stuff you can find here if you have questions about how to find a resource, if you need to look at the APA manual or look at MLA, then we have links to those either in Forsyth Library or online. We have quick guides, so if you're just curious, how do I cite a book in APA, then we have a little cheat sheet template there for you to look at. If you need help making sure you can get your footnote in Word correctly because you're doing Chicago, then we have links to show you how to do that. We even have information about citation managers, which can help you organize all those references and resources that you're using. So this is always there for you. You can look at it at any time. You don't need permission or a password, just have the link and you can look at that anytime that you might need that. And some of the information that you'll find in this guide, I'm going to go through just kind of like the highlights of the differences between these three styles. The three styles tend to be used in different disciplines. So if you're in one of the social sciences, you will probably be using APA style. But if you are in a humanities class, if you're taking one of Dr. Bartlett's classes in literature, you might be using MLA. And then art and design and history tend to use Chicago style. Don't be too intimidated by this. These are very similar. They just kind of rearrange all the elements in different ways. They all tend to look at different citation elements. But if you might notice from this grid, they're very similar. They want authors, they want the title, they want the source, dates. They just tend to put them in a slightly different order depending on which style you're using. So we have this information on our site and these are available in our guides. Just another example of what this might look like, different templates for how you might reference something. Dr. Bartlett was talking about in-text citation, and those look slightly different depending on what style you're using, but you might notice they all like last names. So we put an author's last name and APA uses the year, MLA uses the page number. So as long as you know those elements, you can just slot those into templates and put those in your paper. And a couple things just to be aware of. Like I said, they all are looking for very similar things. They just have different styles. So take a good look at how you put in your authors because those tend to be different between these styles. APA famously likes initials and not whole names. So make sure you're using that. And if you're using a footnote or endnote in Chicago, you're going to put the first name first instead of the last name first. Those types of things. So just be aware of that. And same thing with titles. They all like to either italicize or put in quotes slightly differently. So just if you know that that is a big thing that happens, just take a moment, look at it carefully to make sure you're getting the right information. APA likes to use this thing called sentence case, which means you capitalize the first word like it was a sentence. But MLA likes to use title case, which means you capitalize each word. So it's just little things like that are differences between the citation styles. And it's very easy to get mixed up, so I always caution, take a moment, look at what you've done, make sure you have it correctly, because we don't want you to lose points on an assignment because you capitalize something wrong. So if you know that this might happen, you can get those points. And one thing I want to compare things. A lot of people say, but Robin, aren't there citation generators? Can't I use those? And you can. They might be a good place to start. But I plugged in this really awesome article about four-winged dinosaurs into 4 different citation generators. And I got all these red were mistakes. So they all had something wrong with it. So this is why we try to give you all these resources from the Writing Center and the library, because automated generators make mistakes. They are automated. They're not looking at it with your awesome human brain. So if you do use these, look at it with your human brain and make sure you catch those mistakes, because a lot of these are just small mistakes And I don't want you to lose points when you turn in your papers because of these. So this is really quick about how Forsyth Library can help you, but we can help you figure out what citation style to use. We can help you find those things that tell you exactly where to put that period or what to italicize. If you're not sure what you're looking at, if it's a dissertation or an article or a news article, because that helps you know how to cite it, we can help you figure that out. If you're not sure which number of this is the volume and which one of this is the issue, we can help you. And we can help look at your individual citations for those common mistakes. And to do that, all you have to do is ask a librarian. If you go to our website, you'll find Ask a Librarian all over it. But we have this really awesome new thing. We have a new Forsyth Library app that you can download to your phone. If you're looking at this slide, you can just snap a picture of that QR code and it'll open it up on your phone and get you on there. So you can just hit that and ask a librarian for research help. You can chat with us online. You can email us. You can call us. You can text us. We can do a Zoom meeting just like this, and me and you can talk about how to do citations. So those are the many ways you can get help at Forsyth Library. And I think Dr. Bartlett's going to talk more about the Writing Center.
Okay. Oops. Okay, here we go. All right, so there was a note at the end of the slide before last that the Writing Center, we do overlap a little bit with what the librarians can help you with, but we do citations and way more than that. So the Writing Center offers help in one-on-one appointments, and we can help you from the very beginning of the process with an assignment all the way to the end. So you get that assignment handout, you can actually bring it right to the Writing Center before you've even started writing anything. We can help you interpret an assignment and get started. We can help you brainstorm ideas. We can help you organize and outline your paper. We can help you develop points. We can help with integrating your research, so deciding when to use a quotation, when you might want to paraphrase something, and when to summarize, and then of course all of the permutations of when you need to cite something and when you can maybe rely on that as being common knowledge and so on. We can help you cite the research in your paper and on that list of references. In whatever style you are working in. And we can also help you with formatting your paper according to specific styles requirements. They have what's also called a manuscript style. And so that might be a series of headings that, like an APA style, the header with your name and the page number in MLA style, or the abbreviated title of your paper and a page number in APA. So we can help with all of those kinds of elements as well. And then as you are finalizing your paper, we can help you learn to edit and proofread your work for grammar, punctuation, and style. So those are, the more refined elements. And that's a lot. We can't do all of this in one session. So I have a few tips for Writing Center appointments. So since we can help you at any stage of the process, we suggest that you do make an appointment early in the process so that we can help with all of your questions. Do make more than one appointment if you need help at different stages, if you have many questions, or if you have a long assignment. Our appointments are 30 minutes long and limited to one per day, but you can have an appointment every day. So if this is your week to work on that paper, you can make an appointment for every day and talk about a different aspect of your paper with your consultant. Our appointment form does have a space to share documents, so you can share your assignment instructions and your draft with us. And one of the things that our consultants do is they look ahead at appointments, and so they might think, oh, I need to grab some APA resources to help this person, or I need to help them with these kinds of things, so they can read through an assignment hand out in advance. We do that as we have time. When we're really busy, we might not have that opportunity, but it is convenient if we already have those documents. Do consider making a series of appointments with the same consultant who can then bring their cumulative knowledge of your assignment to each appointment. So if you've started out, they're not starting from zero with you at each session. And so that can be a really great way to have a writing partner on a paper. And finally, to make appointments. Oh, sorry. It's very easy. So for this semester, our appointments are online only, which actually makes it very convenient for everyone. So you'll go to our WC Online is the system that we use for the appointment scheduling, and also where you'll go to meet your consultant in an online Zoom session. So that URL is fhsu.mywconline.com. And that...
Whoops, I'm sorry. I'm trying. Nope. This is my fault, I'm sorry.
We have dueling.
There we go.
Okay. And that system is pretty easy to use, but if you need some instructions for setting up your account, or how to make an appointment and how to get to your appointment, we have instructions and videos that show you the process on our Writing Center website, which is just Writing Center at the end of the FHSU address, or you can just search Writing Center in the search box from anywhere on the FHSU website. And that makes it very easy. So just very quickly, we have Zoom integrated into our system now. So when you go to meet your writing consultant, you just log back into WC Online, click on your appointment, and there's a link right there that you click on that says join or start consultation, and you're ready to go. So that's a little bit of information about how to use the Writing Center this semester. Okay, so Robin?
It's Brittany who I was trying to
Brittany, okay.
make sure. I was trying to make sure she could move the slideshow around, and that's why it went haywire. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So for our guests with us today, if there are any questions regarding the resources and particular tips and strategies that were mentioned by our presenters, please feel free to put those in the chat box, and we'll make sure that they get answered. As I mentioned, we hope that this gives you those resources that you can access on your own. And then, of course, you can download the Forsyth Library Research Help app and make an appointment with a librarian. And you can also schedule a consultation with the Writing Center. So at this time, I would ask that you take a few moments and fill out our survey. I've included a link in the chat. It's just a couple of questions, so it won't take long. So if you could go ahead and do that now, that would be appreciated.
Okay. And may I add one note?
Please do.
I was looking at the side-by-side comparisons of the different citation styles. And I think the important thing to note is that we have all these resources because we use them ourselves. I have some elements of MLA style memorized because I use that in my own research. But we always check against resources to make sure that we always have an example of what the citation is supposed to look like in front of us, which is helpful if you're using different styles for different classes or for helping different people. So we're not some sort of like citation geniuses that have all of this information, but we can help you find the resources to use so that you can get comfortable with navigating the styles on your own.
Yes, I will completely back up those thoughts. You do not have to have these citation styles memorized. I don't have them memorized. I use APA often in my field, so I do know some of that off the top of my head. But one reason why we have that library guide is so that when you come to me with a question, I can make sure we get the right answer. And that's true with all sorts of information. You don't need to have everything memorized, just as long as you know where you can find a way to find that answer. So that's what we're trying to provide for you, so you can always find that. And if you need help, you just ask the Writing Center or ask a librarian, and we're able to figure out where to go to find that help for you.
And the styles change too. They update them. And so we always want to make sure that we have the most up-to-date information that we're sharing with you too.
Okay, well, thank you both so much for sharing that information with our attendees today. For the folks that are joining us, just by being in today's session, you are now eligible for a gift prize basket with some FHSU swag and a gift certificate for participating. So we have randomly selected a winner, and that winner today is Claire. So congratulations to Claire. Please put your email address in the chat box for me, and I will follow up with you with more details later today. So without any further questions, thank you all so much for attending. We hope you found this valuable and have a great day.